Today on Mr. Media, I'll talk to actor Danny Trejo. You know him as the scary mofo in From Dusk Till Dawn, the Spy Kids movies, Machete, Grindhouse, and Heat, among many others. His new movie, Ranchero. Stick around. If you don't, there is no telling what Machete will do to you. Mr. Media is recorded live before a studio audience of hardcore ex-cons who are scared silly by being anywhere close to Machete, even if it's just via Wi-Fi, in the new media capital of the world, St. Petersburg, Florida. Of course there are stereotypes in Hollywood. Look up scary mofos in any dictionary and you'll find a picture of actor Danny Trejo. Even when he's smiling, he's frightening, and no disrespect, sir. Mention his name in casual conversation and watch the visceral fear come rising up in someone's eyes. As the master thespian John Lovitz once said, acting! Yeah, maybe. The truth is that Trejo can terrorize moviegoers with just a look because he's been in some bad places that none of us would really want to go, including San Quentin during 11 years in and out of jail. But he's made those hard years pay off for him in the decades since. Remember the impression he made the first time you saw him in Robert Rodriguez's Desperado? Or how about his Razor Charlie in From Dusk Till Dawn with George Clooney? Or Con Air in Anaconda? He can also play a character that I can only describe as less than threatening in films such as the Rodriguez's Spy Kids series, which introduced us to the legend of Machete Cortez. Machete was spun off from those movies into a full-length feature. A sequel, cleverly titled Machete Kills, is now in pre-production, according to IMDb. Now, I am thrilled, and maybe a little terrified, to have Danny Trejo on the show today to talk about his role as Capone in a new movie, Ranchero, in which he plays a wheelchair-bound motel pimp opposite Roger Gutierrez and Christina Woods. And Danny Trejo, welcome to Mr. Media.
Hey, how you doing?
Doing okay. Hey, I'm so glad that I could tear you away from terrorizing the local populace for just a moment.
Yeah, I've been killing zombies all night.
Hey, I got to ask you, you have this resume of film and TV roles that is long and wide, but how do you think that a casting director would define the kind of presence that you bring to the screen?
I think casting directors just kind of like stop trying. They just kind of send the production my picture. This guy. Oh, okay.
Is it a bad thing that people have that response to just your picture and your image before you even open your mouth?
No, it kind of like helps me quite a bit, and just kind of separates all the all the just bullshit.
Well, listen, if it can work for women in the opposite extreme, it's got to work for some guys, right?
You got that right.
Yeah. Now, in Ranchero, you personify machismo. Even though you're confined to a wheelchair, how do you do that?
Well, I don't think machismo or hard guy or tough guy has anything to do with whether you're in a wheelchair or standing or sitting. It doesn't matter. It's like either you are or you aren't, and that's basically what a man is. Either you're a man or you're not a man. It doesn't matter where you stand.
So it's just something you can project, and obviously it comes...
Yeah, it's kind of like a man won't take any step backwards, whether he's standing or wheeling.
And it's funny, I was just thinking, if you and I like to think I'm a man, I'm a man's man, I like to think, but if you and I are in the same room, I would feel like I was from a different species.
Just from different places, that's all, but again, it's like, men aren't going to let men disrespect, I'm not going to let you disrespect me, you're not going to let me disrespect you. Just a lot of times it takes a lot more for one man to say you're disrespecting me than another one. Mm-hmm. See, you can disrespect some men by looking at them. And all of a sudden it's like, why are you disrespecting me? What do I do? You're looking at me. So it's just like, length of disrespect or whatever.
Got it. And what was it that brought you, that drew you to the role in Ranchero as Capone?
Well, actually, it was a labor of love. A friend of mine asked me to do his little brother a favor. A good friend of mine, Rick Gutierrez, who I was in San Quentin with, asked me to read over his little brother's script, and I said sure. So I read it, and it was, you know, it was a good script, and I thought, yeah, you're gonna be all right if he did this, and so he said, you think you can give him a couple of days somewhere? I said, well, if they can work it out, and I gave him the days that I had free, and I think I was between two movies, and so they worked it out to where they had the days that I could work. So I came in and just did sat in a wheelchair.
And the young guys, I don't, no disrespect there either, but the younger guys who are in this movie with you, they come off very well in this film. Were you pleased with the way it?
I was really kind of. I'm trying to think what's the surprise. I was really, really proud. You know that wow, we're being have some pretty good little actors, and then Roger really impressed me. You know but he knows what he's doing. So I think these guys are going to move, and I'm glad I'm part of it. So I was really glad I did it. You know.
Now I gotta say it's very interesting that you're getting ready to bring Machete, I guess, if IMDb is correct, to the screen for what I think will be the 6th time.
Machete is coming June 14th. We're starting shooting on Machete Kills.
That's crazy. Why do you think this character captures the public's imagination the way it does?
You know what? Because I think he's not. You know, he's not wearing spandex, and he doesn't have a cape, and he has no great superpowers. He's just a badass. You know, you remember Dirty Harry?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
There was nothing superpower about Dirty Harry. The first Dirty Harry was almost a drunk. You know, Clint Eastwood was like, he just was just a badass. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think coming away from, I mean, look at the last Iron Man, he needed a therapist that had a daddy complex. He fought a guy with 45 arms. You know, I mean, it's like, wait a minute. So Machete, there's some form of realism. You know, he's just a guy. When he starts out a day laborer, you know what I mean? He starts out looking for a job, you know, and he goes from there. So there's some sense of realism instead of just all, you know, let's fly here, let's fly there, let's bust through this building.
Well, and let's not overanalyze the guy too much. He's a man, and he's out there kicking ass.
Yeah, that's it. He's just a man outside kicking ass. Yeah.
Now, I was thinking that Samuel L. Jackson might be close to kind of the Black Machete. Is that?
Yeah, I love Sammy. Sam, you know, me and Sam did a movie together called Against the Wall years ago, before he got famous. I guess before I got famous too. But it was done by John Frankenheimer directed us. And John Frankenheimer was a screamer. He loved to yell. And we loved teasing him, like we would have fixed it. God damn it, doesn't watch that. I mean, but me and Sam, he's my baby. I love him, man. He's great.
That'd be a scary place to be, between you and an angry you and an angry Samuel L. Jackson. That would not be a good place to be. Well, the reason I brought him up was I was thinking that if we accept that he's sort of the Black Machete, he has that great line. That he's probably best known for, except maybe for something out of Pulp Fiction, but from the Snakes movie, he says, I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane, and so I wanted to know, what would be the line that you would most like to be remembered for, do you think?
I think the line that I'm going to be most remembered for in my life is Machete don't text. And that actually got there because I was trying to get a hold of Robert Rodriguez, and he wouldn't answer my call. So I ran into him at Comic-Con, and I said, why won't you answer my fucking call? And he said, Danny, every time you call me, I'm shooting something or I'm in a meeting. He said, text me. And so I just said, Machete don't text. And so he put that in the movie.
Well, listen, I know that we're going to run out of time, so I just want to tell everybody That you can find Ranchero, starring Danny Trejo, in great video stores everywhere on June 12th, or you can pre-order it right now at a great price at MrMedia.com. Now, Machete, don't text. Do you do websites or Twitter or any of that kind of stuff? Or?
Sure, I'm on one of those things. I don't know what it is.
All right, I'll go look it up.
All right.
Hey, Danny, thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Media, today. It was a great pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, take care.
All right, bye-bye.
You can see and hear almost 1,000 Mr. Media interviews by visiting our main site, MrMedia.com, mrmedia.com. Or check out the more than 200 video interviews on the Mr. Media radio site on YouTube. And I'd sure appreciate if you'd show some love from Mr. Media's advertisers, including Stitcher. Apple named Stitcher a top 5 news app of 2011. It's a free mobile app for your smartphone or tablet that lets you listen to your favorite shows and discover the best of news, entertainment, and sports on demand. You can listen whenever you want to more than 5,000 shows, get customized recommendations, and discover what your friends are listening to. My own list of Stitcher favorites is pretty eclectic. I start my day with an hour of MSNBC's Morning Joe with Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski. Then it's the latest 2-minute update from the Onion News Network. After that, I'll listen to WTF with Mark Maron, Here's the Thing with Alec Baldwin, HBO's Real Time with Bill Maher, and excerpts from E's Chelsea Lately and The Soup with Joel McHale. Also in regular rotation on my Stitcher playlist, the BS Report with ESPN's Bill Simmons, the TechCrunch Headlines, and the Don Geronimo Show. The latest episodes of each show, whether originating from broadcasts, cable TV, radio syndication, or podcasts, are continuously updated. Stitcher is a free app for your iPhone, iPad, Kindle, Fire, BlackBerry, Droid, and more. And show your support of Mr. Media by getting, did I mention it's free? The app at Stitcher.com/MrMedia. That's Stitcher.com/MRMedia. Stitcher Smart Radio, the smarter way to listen to radio. We're also supported by Audible. Check out Audible's 30-day trial membership and download the audiobook version of the book everyone's been talking about, 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. Sign up for your free trial today at audible.com/radio. Again, audibletrial.com/radio. And finally, if you need a disc jockey for a wedding, bar mitzvah, corporate event, or just a big old party, please consider calling 1-800-DIAL-DJs, the party authority for all your party entertainment needs. You can call 1-800-DIAL-DJs or go to their website, 1-800-DIAL-DJs.com, and tell them Mr. Media sent you. And thanks for listening.
Hi, this is Samira Armstrong, and you're listening to Mr. Media.